Poison Control Center is reminding you that some of those holiday plants you have around the house should be out of reach of children. Joining us this morning from Gunderson Health System is Dr. Benjamin Orozco to discuss. Good morning. Thanks for joining us, Doctor.
Good morning.
So we all love decorating during the holidays. It's one of my favorite things about the holidays. But for those with children, what plants should we be wary of?
Yeah, that's a great question. When it comes to plant exposures in preschool age children, generally accidental exposures, holiday plants actually account for some of our most common calls at the Poison Center. Fortunately, we generally don't see lots of toxicity, but they're a common cause for concern with parents. And these plants are not food, so we're talking about things like the poinsettia, holly, and then Jerusalem cherries, or the Christmas, also called the Christmas orange or bittersweet, and mistletoe, commonly found in homes during the holidays and a common source of holiday plant exposures at the Poison Center.
Definitely, many people, but especially poinsettias, are very common. So what is it specifically about poinsettias that we should be concerned about with kids and even pets? Because as a cat mom, I'm always thinking about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll say this: poinsettias, luckily, are a little bit of a canary in the coal mine. They don't particularly cause a lot of serious toxicity that we see. It can overlap with folks who have a latex allergy because it's in the same sort of related family of plants. But if your child is eating poinsettias, then they're obviously having access to your decorations and things that maybe should be high or out of reach of small children because they're not food, and they can have your kid maybe with a stomach upset or some kind of minor symptoms like that, but fortunately not fatally poisonous. And its toxicity is maybe a little bit of a medical myth, but certainly not food and should be kept away from children.
Definitely good to know around the holidays. And when it comes to kids getting into things they shouldn't be eating, it sounds like a bigger issue is maybe drugs left out of the medicine cabinets, or when visiting relatives that pose a threat. Can you explain that for us?
Absolutely. We want people to be aware that we do have decorations, and some of these plants, they're not food. They can cause minor toxicity. There are a few accidental cases of ingestion of some of these plants that could have your kid vomiting or briefly hospitalized, but are generally well tolerated. 99% of the time they're going to be just fine. That isn't always the case for some things that we have out in our homes around the holidays. We have choke hazards and things that parents need to be aware of, and you have visitors, and you have parties and gatherings and things of that nature, and you want to be aware of that. There's an increased exposure to alcohol to small children during the holidays as drinks are left low where kids can get at them and accidentally ingested. And unfortunately, the most dangerous exposures in children continue to be painkillers like opioids, methadone, fentanyl, and also those drugs as drugs of abuse are particularly poisonous to children. And when you have gatherings of people, you need to be aware of those issues.
Yeah, some very important reminders for around the holidays so people can enjoy the delicious food that comes with this season and not worry about any hospitalizations. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.